Welcome to Fit for Life with Karen. And of course, we're going to do our strength training because we do it twice a week, don't we? With at least a day or two even in between, okay? It's just for safety. The muscle has to take time to heal itself, and then we get a little bit stronger. I mean, it's minute, but if we do it enough, it builds up and builds up, and we get stronger and stronger. Okay, just a little bit of information. As I've said many times, I'd like you to know what and why we're doing it. What we're doing, why we're doing it. According to the American Journal of Cardiology, heart, the larger the size of the muscle in your arm, the less likely you are to die from heart disease. Heart disease is still the #1 killer. I think you know that in the world. So I want to say it again. American Journal of Cardiology, they do know what they're talking about. They said the larger the size of the muscle in your arm, not the arm itself, because it could be a very big muscle and there wouldn't be much of a muscle in there. So if they can measure the size of that muscle, Google it yourself just to make sure you're getting all the proper information. Ask someone that does exercise, talk to your doctor about it, whatever. You want to get, you'd like to have more muscle than fatty tissue or something called adipose tissue. Heart disease, as I said, is still the #1 killer. Yes, we can do something about it. Lack of muscle is called sarcopenia. That's a wasting of the muscle. Sarcopenia, keep that in mind. It's caused by less physical activity, hormonal changes, chronic illness, poor nutrition. Some people can't exercise, they don't feel well. Even neurological changes contribute to no strength. And with all the technology we have today, especially in our automobiles, pretty soon we won't have to move at all. All we'll be doing is pressing buttons, so that's why exercise is so important. Anyway, all of those things I just mentioned, they lead to frailty. We want to avoid not being able to do anything for ourselves. We want to delay, shorten, or eliminate our time of disability. And I swear, if we keep moving and doing what we're supposed to do, that maybe that will happen to us. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We need about half an hour of physical activity every day. I'd like to see everyone walking, especially in the good weather. If you can't do that, when the weather is bad, do a little dancing in front of your computer or the television or any kind of music. But we have to move. Movement is life. All right, let's grab our weights. We're going to work on our upper body first. Upper body first. We know where our biceps are, correct? Right here. I hope mine is strong enough and big enough. Elbows right into your body. Your arms are at an angle. Don't let the weight drop down this way. Keep the hand and the forearm on one plane. Breathe out as we do a bicep curl. You can go right up, but take time going down. Wonderful. Try it again. So the first movement is fairly fast. Don't make it so fast that you hit yourself in the face, okay? So it's up. And 4, you want to do 5 seconds or 6 seconds, that's okay. So that's where you gain the strength, controlling that weight on the way down. So breathing out. And of course we have machines. We can do this with machines. They're wonderful. Breathe out. And slowly down. I lost count. Let's say 5. Breathing out. So we can breathe out on exertion on that first movement. So it would be, and we can do 8 to 12 of these. We usually do 8 or 10. Let's say this is 8. And slowly down. And when I start talking about something else, you can do a few more on your own too. So keep that in mind. And normally we would do 2 sets, but because the show is only half an hour, I'm just going to do 1 set with you. We have lots to do. So that is for the biceps. Now where are your triceps? Yes, right here in the back. All right? So I always try to decide which one to give you. Let's do this one today. Just bring the arms up. Elbows are bent. Make sure there's nothing behind you. Good, you're going to breathe out as you Just go back and slowly up. And you're tightening your abdomen on this one too, aren't you? Breathing out and slowly back up. Again, I am not going to lose count this time. And slowly back up. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's 5 coming up. Slowly up. Great. 4 seconds at least. Let's do another one. And slowly. And I know you could feel here. And when you were doing the bicep curl, you would feel it here, just naturally, right? Okay. Let's do something called flies. I'm going to just balance my weights right here. And while I'm talking and preparing for the next movement, I'm just going to lift those legs up. Just to get a little strengthening in the quadriceps. We'll do a little bit more later. Tightening the abdomen. I know this is my week to talk about the abs. And up, but it does work. It will tighten and tone and strengthen. All right, let's do the flies. As I said, bring the weights together. Feet are flat. Watch your posture. Pull that chin in, nice and tall. Breathe out as you, and slowly back. I like this one. Try it again. And slowly back. Is it more fun to do it with me than by yourself? Because you need to do strength training at least twice a week, right? And slowly back. You can do push-ups, floor push-ups and everything also to strengthen. If you're taking yoga, you know that is also for strength. Breathing out. This is either 4 or 5. Try it again. 5. And slowly, you're going to be so strong when you get through today. Breathe out. And slowly back. Again. And slowly back. Let's do one more together. If you want to do a couple more by yourself, go right ahead. And then we'll come back slowly. Oh, I can really feel that. Let's relax for just a couple of seconds. Let's put the hands right here. Your weights are down in your lap. Let's do some nice gentle circles. That feels so good. And 4. And every time those elbows go back, you're contributing to good posture. So it all works together, doesn't it? Let's go in the opposite direction. Out and around. Just don't hold your breath. Just do your natural breathing. Good. 4. I hope you feel exhilarated. Eventually you will. As long as you keep moving. We have to keep moving. Good. All right. Shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down. There's another exercise that I find a little bit difficult, but we're going to do it anyway. It's called the paddle wheel. And it involves almost all of the upper body muscles. And I think you've done it before with me. So stand those weights up again. And then we're going to bring them up. Your feet are flat. The abdomen is tight already. One weight above the other, not resting, above. And watch that chin. You can do it a little bit lower. Straighten the arms just a little bit. I don't even count. You can count if you want. 8, 10, 12 times, whatever you want to do. It's kind of tough, unless your weights are too light. Now you've got to feel, or you should feel, some fatigue when you're through with the set, especially if you've done it slowly, the way you should do it. If you don't feel any fatigue at all, you probably need to go up to the next size, either a 4-pounder, 5, 6, eventually 8 would be great, or even 5. But at least you're moving, and that's the important thing. We're going to do the fly, but we're going to go back this time. Back. Is that more difficult? I don't know. I think I find that easier. We'll count if we have to. 5. I'll say 5. And 6. and 7. Of course, it also involves your arms, your upper back, a lot of stuff up there. Great. We'll put those weights down and relax for just a minute. Drop that chin down. Oh, that feels good. Let's bring the head up, look up at the ceiling. Push your chin up to the ceiling to get a good stretch. So we're doing a little stretching too. Push that chin up. Great. Okay, now, this is going to be for the deltoids. What are the deltoids? We're going to strengthen the deltoids. Let the arms come down straight. Now, if you didn't have arms on your chair, you just bring the arms down. It might even be easier, actually. Just lift your shoulders up. But did you feel the abdomen just tuck itself right in there? And down and up. So it's fairly easy to do, I think. And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Actually, I think that was kind of easy. Do you think it was too easy for us? Well, let's try it this way. And I mean it. If it's too much, just stop. You can kind of cross your weights rather than try to hold them like this. It makes it easier to hold on if you cross them. And let that arm hang down as long as you can still hold on to your weights. And then try lifting and down. Don't lift your elbow. Just lift the shoulder up. And 2. This is 3, sorry. And 4. If you can only do 4, that's fine. 5. I just wanted you to try it. Now the other side, I think we're going to cross them, put them down, and instead of just lifting the shoulder, I want you to lift your arm, just so you'll know what it feels like. Up. And you're still getting, you can feel that in your shoulder. I know you can. Yes, it is a little more difficult with arms on the chair, isn't it? And maybe you're sitting on a chair with no arms right now. Do as many as you can, and then we'll just stop. The last thing I think we'll do for the upper body is something for your hands, wrist, forearms. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, just the beginnings of osteoporosis, consider strength training. And ask your doctor about it, because when you strengthen the muscle, you in turn strengthen the bone. I know I've said it before, but sometimes we forget. So let's do some strengthening for the hands that we use every day for everything. All right, so one weight in each hand. Let's do one at a time. Just put the forearm right down on your quads or your thigh here. Let the weight extend out just a little bit. Make sure the hand and the forearm are on one plane. The hand, don't let the hand drop down like this. That wouldn't be great for the small bones in the wrist, right? And just a little bit of a curl. You're not lifting. Just the hand. Curl up. I can feel it. And 2. And 3. And 4. Watch that posture. Try not to cave in. Try to keep your back flat and straight if you can. And we'll say this is 7 and 8. Take that same weight, switch it over. You could do, I suppose, both at the same time if you want to. Coming forward, leaning forward with a straight back, right? A little bit of a curl. 1, 2, just the hand, not the forearm. 3, good. And 4, and 5, and 6. I'm dropping my hand and I shouldn't. I have to watch that. 7 and 8. So what do you think? Not bad, huh? I'm going to sit back and relax for just a minute. Let go of your weight. Circle your hands. Circle them. Yeah, then the other way. Good. Each finger to the thumb. Bum, bum, bum. Go back. Good. Shake your hands out too. Shake them out. Great. Anything you want, just to loosen up a little bit, right? Okay, so that's great. All right, now what about, what I want you to do is, we just did this kind of a thing. I want you to turn your hands over. So both weights again, one forearm on the arm of each arm, I should say, and let's go back up and down. You can do both or one at a time. We're doing 2 together because we have a lot more to do. And 4, and 5, and 6. So this will strengthen your wrist and your forearms especially. Good. We'll say 7 and 8. So how did that feel? Pretty good? Okay, let's put our weights down here. Shake those hands out a little bit. Circle the hands, whatever you want to do, just to loosen up. Good, good, good. One more exercise for the hands and the wrists and so forth. And this one is easy. You can rest your arms like this, or just do it without, and just back and forth. Back and forth. Lift those arms up, or put them down and do it. Great. Not so bad, huh? We've got to do the lower body, though, so we better get going. Wonderful. So let's put the weights down. Grab some water. We get dry a lot faster now, don't we, folks? So we need more. And I think this is going to be gone pretty soon. Good. All right, we are going to start by doing our famous sit-stand. How do we do it? Why don't we do this today? Stand up without holding on. Oops, lost my balance there a little bit. Sitting back down again. Do as many as you can. Up, good, and down. That will really strengthen your quads, and we need it for balance and a lot of other things too. So crossing back, up. I find it easier, actually, to put both hands up here like this. Maybe I'll start doing it that way. So do 8 of those if you can. Now leg out straight. Even if your leg or foot was in a cast and you weren't supposed to bend your knee or not bend it too much, you can strengthen this area by just lifting, and you're tightening that abdomen and strengthening your lower back. Good. And 5. So this is so easy, and you can do this anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a gym. You don't have to have exercise clothes on to do it. When you're watching TV, you're watching Netflix and it goes on. No commercials. I mean, you don't want to leave, right? Now the other leg, you're going to flex that foot back this time. You get a stretch in your calf muscle at the same time. I think that's great. And it's 1. You can always do this. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, or you can just do that up and then hold it for a while. See how long you can hold that leg up there. So as I said, you can do it while you're comfortable, you know. Yeah, and we're going to do some standing also. A little bit of standing. Yes. Good. All right, now what I'd like you to try, again, come forward and see if you can stand up without holding on. Good. And then we'll see what we're going to do next. What we're going to do next is the squat, which you know is extremely important for function as we age. It may be one of the most important exercises we do. Good. All right, so this is how we're going to do it. Arms out straight. That part's easy, isn't it? And if you are nervous about falling, I want you to do this standing in front of your chair, because we have to put this back as if we're going to sit, all right? Arms out. Just practice a little bit. How does that feel? Okay. Wonderful. All right, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see me. Again, I think I'm going to move my chair right there. So bend those knees, your arms are out already, but you're going to do this kind of a movement where you push this back as if you're going to sit down. So you're reaching and sitting back at the same time. And if I'm not doing it exactly the way I should, check out Google, all right? Squats for seniors, and they will show you exactly how to do it. But I know this part's right, and I know this is right, but you're going to reach forward and bring this area, your hips, your bottom, back as if you're going to sit down. Try it in front of the chair, and if you're here, you can do this, and if you lost your balance, your chair would be right there. But it's really, really important. You know, if you do nothing else, but just bend your knees. That too will strengthen. There's so many things you can do. Holding on to your chair, just lifting your knee up, just like we did. There's a million things. Be creative. Be creative. All right. As I said, knee lifts. We call these knee lifts. Easy stuff. Try to do it without holding on. Up, up. You'll have to do it faster so Karen doesn't lose her balance again. Up, 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 and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. All right, let's do this. Let's just kick out and put the foot down and back. This will strengthen also because your knees are bent. So you're going to kick, put the leg back. Doesn't that feel good? Up and back, and up and back. Try the other leg, but make sure you're not out here. You're nice and straight, and you're just going to kick and back and kick, strengthening the quadriceps, up and down, up and down, up and down. One more time, up and down, and try it without holding on if you can. All right. Now, I'm going to turn my chair. All right. Just put one leg out to the back. We're going to strengthen the opposite side, your hamstrings here. And how do we do that? You're just going to lift your leg up. You can flex that foot if you want, just to kind of get it out of the way so it's not always hitting. Flex your foot and bounce, and watch your posture too. 1, tightens and tones this, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Let's do 10. All right, now I know you probably haven't done that for, who knows, since my last show, right? So let's bend both knees. Keep that back straight if you can. Lift your heels up. Ooh, good. Try it again. And down, and up, and down. So we're now strengthening the lower leg, aren't we? And it's kind of like a break, a little break. Feels good. Say this is 5. Good. And 6. And 7. I can feel it in my knees. One more. And stay down here. Stay down. Your knees are bent. Watch the posture. Pull that chin in. Just lift your heels up. Put your heels down. Up. Down. Good. Up. So we're tightening, toning, and strengthening those quads, your thighs. Great. All right. You're going to shake your leg out. Shake your leg out. All right. Now, try this with me. Both feet out. A nice wide exercise. Just open those legs, open those feet out, and then just bend your knees back and forth. Keep your toe on an angle. Keep your feet on an angle. Good. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. So these are just a few things that you can do to keep those quadriceps nice and strong. All right? Let's try one more thing, and this is so easy, and you could do this when you're seated in the chair. I don't know why I didn't do this before. You're just going to lift one leg up and hold it there as long as you can, and that's great too for strengthening. Just that. All right? And we're going to put that foot down, and then lift the other leg up and just hold it. Think about 10 seconds, and then say, oh, it's so easy, maybe I'll do 20. And just doing that is great. Remember, we need to do some kind of exercise, half an hour every day, if possible. Or at least, well, the Surgeon General says 3 to 5 days a week, but I don't know if that's enough. When the weather is good, you really should walk as much as possible, because that's also good for your mood, for the way you're feeling at that time. It kind of lifts us a little bit to be in nature. And I'm pretty sure you folks know that. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to relax here just for a minute. Just be comfortable now. You don't have to sit up nice and straight. We can just put our backs against the chair. Let your legs come out a little bit. If you want, you can do this. Yeah, just to loosen up those feet a little bit. And for the next the next few minutes, maybe just 2 or 3 minutes, I want us to try to do nothing. Try to think about as little as possible. Don't think about whatever you've been thinking about that makes you feel bad. Try to clear your mind of all the things that are going on in our world today. I know it's very difficult, but we can do something about it. We can help ourselves by doing the yoga breath together, as you know. So let's breathe up through the nose, expanding the abdomen. And when you breathe out, you're going to just pull that abdomen in a little bit, tighten it. It doesn't have to be hard, just a little bit. So we do that with every yoga breath when we're doing a full breath. And that will really help also with this part of your body to strengthen your lower body. So let's breathe together all the way up, holding that breath and breathing out. Let your chin drop down when you exhale. Good. It's just kind of a way of letting go of the worry and just being here all together in a safe place, appreciating what we do have. So let's breathe up again together. One more time together, all the way up. Hold, and then exhale. And make that exhalation longer than the inhalation. So now all we have is about a minute or a minute and a half. And I want us to just relax, clear your mind, let your chin drop down. You can close your eyes and just try to think about as little as possible. When those thoughts come in, take another one of these breaths and you'll see it will get rid of them. They'll all slide away. And here we go. And just open your eyes when you're ready. I know that was very short today, wasn't it? But at least you know how to do it, how to meditate, clear your mind. And remember, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing, and it's the truth. So keep pushing. Bye for now. See you next time.